Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? It's morning time and I'm heading back to Santa Cruz to continue work. There's a few reasons why I'm going to Santa Cruz, so maybe we'll start off with the good news. The good news is that the fourth part of my book is done. Finished it yesterday, turned it in. I just have a few other little things like acknowledgements and dedication and bio and things like that. So that's quite a relief. I'm very excited about that. Perhaps when I get to Santa Cruz, I can give you more information about what's going to happen after that. It goes through a series of editing and things like that, and I'll tell you all when it will be released. Many people have asked if they can get it, and you will be able to get it if you have Amazon, or if you have access to Amazon. It'll be very easy to get this book, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's nice to be done, but I need to finish it, so that's good news. Very happy about that. It's been one heck of a ride, but also I kind of want to thank all of you, the community, for the inspiration for the book, and a lot of stuff we've talked about, a lot of questions that have been asked are also in this book. So that's pretty awesome. So I wanted to say thank you all for that, and thank you for your support. Let's see, not in such good news is I just learned a couple days ago that my dad is in ICU, which is a intensive care unit. He's not doing so well. He didn't think he was going to make it, but he's still around. So obviously that brings up a lot of thinking and feelings, of course. But kind of investigating those feelings, it's interesting. You know, there's kind of a deep sadness. And at first I wasn't sure if it was a sadness because of his condition. And part of it is that, but part of it is wondering how he's managing that, right? So just curious of what is his relationship to the whole experiences is, because people respond to these kinds of things in different ways. Some people get depressed, or some people kind of get a wake-up call and think, you know what, I don't know how much time I have in this life, so what am I going to do now, right? Like that time that we don't know how much we have, what do we do with that time? So there's been that, and then kind of family, how they're responding to it. Concerned about a couple of people who worry about him. So one of the things I'm going to do in Santa Cruz is make some phone calls today. So basically, I was going to say I was taking the day off, but not really. I'm going to finish the whole book for one thing, and connect with some family members or friends who are worried about him and make sure they're okay too, you know. So kind of brings up the topic of suffering. You know, I just read a teaching from my teacher, Zen Master De Kwang, and he talks about big suffering. You know, there's the suffering we experience in our own life, whether that's a loss, whether that's a sickness, whether it's getting something or not being able to get something, or getting something and losing it, or being around people we don't like. You know, this is all of what Buddha taught in the Four Noble Truths. So this big suffering is interesting because, you know, suffering is part of the human condition, right? So fear, anger, sadness, it's all part of being a human being. There's really no way out of that. I remember once, before Zen Master Sungsang died, a monk approached him and said, "Master, how do we escape old age, sickness, and death?" And Zen Master Sungsang replied in an instant, "We are old age, sickness, and death." right? That's a human condition. But how do we relate to that human condition is, to me, always very interesting. And also a motivator when we're experiencing frustration or sadness or anger or fear, is use that as a motivator to practice meditation, to practice Zen, to really look inside and ask these big questions. Where does this come from? Why are human beings suffering? What are we doing here? What am I doing with the time left I have here? And I think also the suffering, to me, if we don't hold on to our own suffering, right? It's not just my suffering. Every human being is suffering. So when we see the suffering in ourselves, and I say become intimate with it, you can say in Zen maybe become one with it, we can see that suffering in every other human being. And I think that's very important. If we want to understand each other and find the love and compassion within ourselves, then we need to really embrace that suffering. And that suffering doesn't become a hindrance to us anymore. It becomes a motivator to practice, a motivator to wanting to reach out and help other people. So those are my thoughts about suffering. I'm still kind of digesting all of it myself. And yeah, let me know what you think about that. Like, how do you use suffering in your own life? Do we attach to it, get lost in it, get controlled by it, be consumed by it? Or do we actually use it in a way that's clear and helpful? So our Zen teaching is that we can use our karma, that means we can use our conditioning in a way that's helpful, rather than being controlled by it. But we have to understand ourselves, and we have to be able to fully let go. And let go doesn't mean get rid of. Let go and embrace it. And something else can appear out of that. So I just wanted to share those few thoughts. I'm going to film more when I get to Santa Cruz. I got a full day here, so maybe I'll document some of that. And I'll get back to you soon. Alright, just got to Santa Cruz. I'm here pretty early. It doesn't look like there's anybody here, hardly, compared to last time. So I'm going to have to, I'm just going to get out, stretch my legs, and pretty much figure out where I'm going to go right now, since it is early. I'm not sure what's open, and find a place that's safe to continue working. So let's see what happens. Got to find a place to go. I'm not sure where I'm going yet. I don't know Santa Cruz. I know it a little bit. I just don't know what's open. So we're gonna just take a journey and find somewhere to work. I need the place with Wi-Fi. Man, it's beautiful. I have to say, it's cool, sunny as usual. And yeah, seems like there's people out. I got my mask. Where did I put it? Yep, we're good. Let's check out the scenery. see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. There's not many cars around. There's a lot of people around, as you can see. Apparently California, all of California, is going to open back up. Everything's opening up on June 15th if we continue doing good as we're doing so far. It's really hard to think of right now. Everything opening up and going back to the usual. But what is the usual? I can't even remember what that means. Zen Master Bong Song, who's the guiding teacher of Empty Gate Zen Center, him and I are talking about how we're going to open back up, what that will look like. It looked like it may be sometime in the summer. Again, we're just kind of seeing how everything's going right now. As far as if the cases don't go skyrocketing like it did last time. And if it's all good, maybe at sometime late summer, we'll probably open the doors again. We're trying to find maybe some kind of hybrid practice where people can go to the Zen Center and practice and also continue some online aspect of it. So we'll see how that goes. So I have to find a place to work. Where are we going to go? I have no idea. Wi-Fi. We need Wi-Fi. Luckily I'm watching where I'm walking, because that is a deep hole. All right, everybody. So I am 98.5% done with my book. I just finished edits from my editor for part 3, and I'm waiting for him to send me part 4 so I can get done with this thing. I got to talk to some family members, which was really good. They seem to be doing okay, given the circumstances of my dad. And also just grateful for the practice right now. You know, being able to be present with what is appearing, and also being able to reach out and see if others need help. So that's going to do it for me for today. I'm going to pack up and get out of here. So have a clear day.